Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Just put out a video on the suspicious death of James Hardy III. Multiple people pointed out to me that he was the ex of Toya Wright. And as soon as I heard that, it gave me deja vu. In the description, I'm going to link a little playlist. The first video I did on the death of James Hardy III and what his death has to do with the upcoming NFL season, as well as these NBA finals. Also in this playlist will be the video I did last summer on the deaths of Toya Wright's brothers by the numbers. Their deaths had everything to do with the upcoming election date. So if you missed that work, I'll link it in the description. Now I want to show you how this connection to Toya Wright further proves what I am saying about this man's death being a ritual sacrifice for these NBA playoffs and more, and now seemingly also connected to the 33rd birthday of Toya Wright, which was October 26th, 2016. From that day, October 26th, to the day that James Hardy disappeared, which they're saying is May 30th, the day his family reported him missing, 216 days later. 216 days. And think about it. Here we are in the NBA Finals. His date of death, James Hardy, is now June 7th, the date that was Game 1 of the NBA Finals in Cleveland, the 216 area code. And, real quick on that topic of 216, I want to share some knowledge here. In Sumerian gematria, Bone, the rap group from Cleveland, has 216 gematria. And I noticed during Game 3, people say, well, they're playing the Bone music because it's back in Cleveland. And yeah, there's some truth to that, absolutely. But when you realize that this world is full of ritual sacrifice and you pay attention to how entertainers, from former athletes to musicians to actors to politicians, drop dead in perfect clockwork with these sports championships year after year, you realize, let's say you're a Cleveland rapper and you got the NBA Finals in your city, you might want to be a little more on alert. I won't be surprised if weeks from now we read about the death of a member of Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. Not at all, because this is the way it works. Ritual sacrifice by the numbers. And I would suspect that the members of Bone don't even know that their rap group name equals 216. They didn't choose that name for themselves. The members have talked about it. It was a name given to them. Their rap names were made up. Crazy Bone, Busy Bone, Lazy Bone, Wishbone. They didn't choose these names. Their Zionist Jew studio owners did. Because this is a Jewish practice, Kabbalah. They like to name things accordingly. And some people, like James W. Hardy, they might just have the real natural birth numbers already on them. So anyhow, 216 days from her 33rd birthday to this man's disappearance. The announcement comes of his death the same day, first game in Cleveland for the NBA Finals. And as I explained in the earlier video, he had a lot of overlaps with King James. Well, now that we know he disappeared May 30th, he has one more. May 30th, 5 plus 30, 35. King James in gematria sums to 35. Let's not forget that King James became a Freemason at age 35. Everything about King James's life was by the numbers. These NBA Finals have everything to do with King James. In the first 3 games, there's been a final score of 113 points. King James was made king on a date with 113 numerology, King of Scotland. Scottish equals 113, as in Scottish Rite Freemasonry, which runs the show. But notice King James also sums to 89 and 154. Last year, LeBron won on the real King James's birthday. The Warriors went down with 89 points. Look at this man's full name, James W. Hardy III. Gematria of 89 and 154. Just like King James, and he disappeared on the fitting date, 216 days after his ex's birthday. Also, with regards to them saying his date of death is June 7th, if you watch the news story out of Fort Wayne, they said his body was in the river for days, but he was found June 7th, so that's his date of death. King gematria of 67. We talked about this before Game 3. The word sweep, gematria of 67. The Warriors 167. Blood sacrifice, also 67. February of 2016, I put out a video on why Prince better watch his ass. He'll be the next person we're reading about dead after the death of Vanity. Sure enough, Prince died by the numbers, a span of 67 days from Vanity. And right after his death, the news media put out a story about how 67 gold bars were found in his house. His birthday is June 7th. He would have been 59 the date this man was found in the river. Got to figure out what's going on in Indiana. Prince had a lot of parallels with Michael Jackson. We've talked about Michael Jackson's murder by the numbers, his death by the numbers. Some really sick stuff going on in this world that needs to be exposed, which is why I make these videos. I'm supposed to be writing my book right now, which I am, but this information is important. Another person has been killed in this world needlessly for these sick rig sports run by these Zionist Jews, the Kabbalah practicers, the people who do this gematria. If you don't know what this numbers and words thing is, it's all part of Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, the belief that God created the world with language when God merged the letter with the number. The people who run this world, this is how they do everything, including murdering people. Listen to the 1983 song Murder by Numbers. If you missed the original post, again, I'm going to link the video and playlist down below. I'll also link the blog post if you want to read over it. A lot of interesting things about James Hardy, why he was chosen for this ritual. You don't want your children to ever be in a professional sports league, They could be the next person up in the river. This person left a comment here that his real name is James Willis Hardy. I actually tried to look this up. I could not find that this was true. It might very well be true. But if it is true, remember, this is the 71st season of the NBA. The 71st season. And if this is this man's full name, here's one more reason he was chosen. So thank you for that comment. Somebody also pointed out that if LeBron loses, he'll be 17-27. Cavs, the 17th team to join the NBA. NBA 17. Ohio, the 17th state. Steph Curry and LeBron James, both born in Ohio in the same hospital. Cavs equals 27. Last year, LeBron scored 27 in Game 7. Nate Thurman dropped dead 27 days later. And again, Thurman had his number 42, retired with the Warriors and the Cavs. I want you to notice that Thurman equals 113, died this offseason. All 3 games this year have ended with 113 points. Again, King James made King of Scotland on a date with 113 numerology. Very special number. Also 103, which connects to Thurman and Scottish, the 27th prime. Nate Thurman dead 27 days after LeBron scored 27 in Game 7. The day of Game 7 before it was played. When I said, long before LeBron was going to win in Game 7, on the real King James's birthday, that day before Game 7, the actor Anton Yelchin dropped dead at age 27. He had birth numerology of 103. One more time, 103, the 27th prime. It was the Cavs' 103rd game of the season, Game 7. Everything is scripted to the number. There's a big reason it's LeBron's 216th playoff game this year. Game 4, possibly the last in Cleveland. Last year, the last game in Cleveland, Game 6, had the combined 216 points. And one more time, LeBron, Game 1 of these finals was his 213th playoff game, like the NBA Finals, like Len Bias, who died 213 days after his birthday, the first year of the NBA Finals. Game 1, June 1st, LeBron's 213th playoff game. June 1st, the day that leaves 213 days left in the year. And from June 1st to December 30th is also a span of 213 days. That's LeBron's upcoming 33rd birthday. And the biggest kicker of all, in the 213 area code, the day before it began, there was the racism story at LeBron's house. And then days later, also in the 213 area code, another story fueling racist propaganda. Derek Fisher, supposedly in a bad car accident, flipped his car by the numbers. See my video on that. All the same numbers we talked about here. But all of this is propaganda by the numbers, by the code that is the Kabbalah code. This numbers is a language, just like the words. And the English language is based on this language, which is much older than English. Our entire alphabet is based on numbers. If you're new here, I have thousands of videos to catch you up. But I want everybody to know what happened to James Hardy. So hopefully enough people can wake up and help get the word out so all of this can be put to end. You know? No more Zionist Jew-run sports. The day the NBA, NFL, MLB, MLS, and the rest of it are all put to an end, that's the day all these ritual murders are put to an end. Because that'll be the day the dominoes start to fall. Next thing you know, the Zionist Jew puppet government will fall. And everything else. The corporations that put the poison in our food will fall. This is what needs to happen. It can start with professional sports because that's where the mind's eye of the masses is. That's why the Zionist Jews control it, because it's about controlling the minds of the masses, and professional sports are a great way to program people. When people are watching these games, they're talking about all the propaganda in the news. People don't realize what they're absorbing. All these advertisements, all these harmful products, drink alcohol, buy another car, eat some more meat, eat some more processed meat. Eat some more. Here's another burger commercial. How many times did they play that Burger King commercial literally in Game 3? I haven't been watching this many sports, but I watched a lot of Game 3 because I was doing it during my radio show. Oh my God, every commercial. Burger King, McDonald's, Burger King, McDonald's. This food, it subdues us. We're not eating right. We're not thinking right. We're not listening to the right people. So many people think I'm off my rocker exposing this as concretely as I continue to expose it, and anybody can do what I do. I've taught you all how to do this. I link all the tools in the description. Anyone can do this and verify just as I do in the time I do it. So thank you to everyone who gave me the tip about Toya Wright. Until next time, Truth Seeker.